Sunday afternoon on the 26th of November. We are officially less than a month from Christmas. This can be a difficult time for a lot of people. It's a difficult time for me. Holidays, you know, both my parents are gone. I have a stepdaughter that's grown up. The holidays just, it's not a family time for me as the little family that I have left. We're distant from each other, not super close. I have siblings. I get along fine with them, but we're not, we're not super close. We don't really spend a lot of time together, which is odd because I share a house with my brother. Both of us took over my dad's house when he passed away not too long ago. But, we keep our space, again, not out of any animosity. It's different people, different interests. Again, we care about each other, but we don't get overly involved in each other's lives. Unless, if they ever need anything, they always know they can turn to me. And of course I have Mocha and I have Misty. Not quite the same as when we were married though. More so, it's not just the holiday, it's the darkness, the lack of light. It is the cold. And there's been depression that I've gone through for the majority of my life, I would say, for my teen years. Not a heavy depression, but there has been light depression that at times can get fairly difficult to go through, difficult to process. Not nearly as bad as some people that I know, that when it hits hard, and it is a scary thing to witness. You do what you can to be there for them, but you can't lift someone out of that kind of depression. It's not a mood. Every so often I see on social media the antidote to depression. Shake it off, or eat better, or do this or do that. Work your way through it. It's not that bad. Shake it off. None of that helps. As a matter of fact, that just serves to make someone feel alienated from others because it's misunderstood. Depression is a real thing. It's not just a mood. It is a condition, a biochemical condition. It's not just sadness, it's a heaviness. And this time of year makes it worse. Not just for me, but for countless others. Being a condition, though, it also does have some things, or there are some things, that can ease it a bit. And they've worked for me. After decades of meditation, it seems that I've become somewhat of a witness to the depression when it comes to that heaviness, that it still occurs, but somehow lighter, that I'm somehow less of a participant with it. We have a viewer here, and I don't know what they said, but I see some thumbs up, so I'm going to give you guys a thumbs up right back. Thank you. I appreciate it. And I appreciate people visiting, no matter the reason, no matter what they come to say. Thanks for being here. Company's always appreciated. So, there are things that you can do, meditation being one of them. It's not a short-term fix. You don't meditate and say, wow, I feel better. It's a lifelong practice. It's a lifelong practice not to achieve anything, not to achieve awakening, not to achieve enlightenment, not to catch a break from the depression. All those are possibilities, though. You meditate for the sense of meditation. You meditate for the present moment joy. that it brings. Pretty simple. What you find though is as you meditate, again, things just feel lighter. You're still a participant. You're still there. You're still present. Sometimes even more so. But you are not depressed about your depression. You are not weighted down by the weight, if that makes any possible sense whatsoever. And the best way to make sense of it, just to practice it, is to try it. As well, incorporate breath work. Pranayama, recommended 3 times a day, therapeutically as needed. This actually changes your physiology. It changes your biochemistry. It actually increases positive hormones that are your body needs to feel better. And although I said that depression itself is not a mood, moods do affect depression, and depression does affect moods. And you can even out those moods through the practice of breath work. And this time of year, with the full-on pursuit of materialistic needs and the pushing and the shoving and the shopping and the constant advertisements wherever you turn telling you to buy this and you buy that, the person you love is going to need this or want this, and if you don't have that person you love in your life any longer, you're going to feel worse. It all adds up to not being the best time for people who suffer with depression, as well as being a tough time for just about anyone. If you're a mother, the needs of your kids become even more so during this time. Same with a father. It can be tough on family. Let's leave it at that. So meditation and breath work, yoga, all of that will serve to help you feel better. It doesn't have to be long. It doesn't have to be involved. 10-minute yoga session first thing in the morning, followed by getting out in nature and getting that first sunlight. I talk about that frequently here, the importance of getting that fresh sunlight, hitting the eyes, felt against the skin. It doesn't even have to be a sunny day. And it can be just when the sun's coming up, which I actually recommend even more so. Not only will that help lighten things, but it'll help you sleep at night. It'll help with anxiety. It'll help with panic attacks. It'll help you breathing. It'll boost your immune system. It'll make you more peaceful. Just being out in nature. Here's the amazing thing. Nature is where you find it. You don't have to be in a forest. You don't have to be in deep woods. You don't have to be in the desert or along the shore. You can be walking, especially first thing in the morning, you can be walking the streets in a city, and you will see a host of wildlife, from birds to insects, foxes, squirrels, rabbits, all kinds of stuff. You might even see an urban coyote if you're out there. I've yet to see an urban coyote. I have my eyes out. I know they're here. My neighbor has heard them. I've had neighbors who've seen them on there. They have the trail cams outside of their house. We had a bear wander through my neighborhood last June. We get them in the area almost every year, wandering through. But this is the first time right directly in my neighborhood. Nature heals. Just being out in nature, just being around trees, opening yourself up to simply being, breathing. The air that you breathe when you're around trees will be purified. And through your out-breath, you're returning it to the trees. So you are in communication in that deepest sense. Not just speaking, but that every cell in your body is communicating and being communicated to by being close to trees and plants and grass and animals. Speaking of which, if you don't have a pet, pets are great any time of the year, but they are specifically great this time of year. They are wonderful companions. My two beautiful dogs passed away, I think coming up um, with my last one, Toby, little Skipper Key. He passed away, I believe it was today, 5 years ago. Might have been yesterday. It's right after Thanksgiving. He got sick on Thanksgiving. Um, and the year before that, my little corgi, Mandy, she passed away. She was very sick. Both made it to about 14. Toby, I guess he made it to 15. Would have loved to have him longer, obviously. I cannot bring myself to get another dog yet. But I have two adopted cats. There were two sisters, 10 years old when I got them. They're going on 12 soon. Two black cats that were bonded, and they were worried at the shelter that no one would want them or they would get separated because they were older, because they were black cats, 2 strikes against them, and because they wanted to keep them together. They'd been with each other for 10 years. And when I heard that, it was Mocha who told me that. Of course, I had to get them because I needed to know that they were going to have a happy ending, be with each other, be at a happy home that loved and appreciated them. Much the same as our friend Duncan Walsh, when he adopted 2 kittens and was worried about separating from their mom, so he adopted the mom as well, which was an extremely selfless and beautiful act to perform. Circling back, pets keep you emotionally healthy, keep you grounded, give you someone to care about, and they return that care unconditionally, unconditional love. If you are dealing with any sort of depression, any sort of anxiety, any sort of panic attacks, any emotional distress, pets will help. Even a goldfish. And you know what else? Even plants in your house will help. These are all just little things that you can do this time of year to help you get through. Because guess what? December 21st, it's less than a month. It's the shortest day of the year. And then we start to gather more light. Days lengthen. Little things like that. Little things to look forward to. Little things to progress towards matter quite a bit. So, if anyone needs help, meditation, reach out, or breath work, or putting together a little yoga routine. Again, it doesn't have to be much. 15-minute yoga routine. Wake up, meditate. Yoga, walk in nature. Before you meditate, you do your breath work. You're good for the day. And then you can have a mid-afternoon breath work break, pranayama break. When you get home, more meditation with breath work. Meditate before breath work before bed, specifically to help relax and make sure that you switch over to that parasympathetic nervous state, which is going to allow you to rest and digest through the night. You wake up feeling even better. Little things to do, and I do mean little, not detailed, or not something that you really need to be pressed about. What I mentioned so far right there, we're talking maybe an hour and a half a day, spread out through the day. Doable. All right, guys, again, if you feel like it, if you need it, reach out, even just to talk, reach out. I am here for each and every one of you, and we'll get through the season together as needed, keeping ourselves company. As Ram Dass said, we're walking each other home. With that, thank you, my friends. I will see you tomorrow for some burpees. I believe it's going to be a Navy SEALs day. So, you guys have a good day. Take care.